Hi everyone, this is a video for the incoming freshmen, aka the incoming first years. I will be talking about what to expect for orientation, the placement test, registering for classes, and what to prepare for the housing application as well. So let's get started. So for Highlander Orientation, I just took things off the website. Basically, it's just to help get you set up and everything for UCR. You do need to attend orientation in order to complete your admission. The things that you'll do during orientation, basically learn how to navigate our web, learn about the resources that we have on campus, connect with your academic advisors, and learn about classes in your major program and how to register for them, and also to meet other students. I'm not really sure how this is going to go because it's online thanks to COVID-19, but hopefully it all goes well for you all. Basically, it's going to be 2 days. I'm not sure how it is for the online one, but based on the website, it doesn't seem like anything's going to be too different in terms of scheduling. Just keep in mind that you'll get to learn a lot, so definitely, of course, you need to go, and I would highly suggest you pay attention to everything that's happening. It's not required for international students if you're outside of the US currently, because there's a separate international student orientation that you have to attend in September. But if you are in the US, then it is mandatory for you. There are 10 different session days that you can attend based on your college or major, and depending on whether you're in a certain student population or not. I think they added 2 more as well, because it's maybe there were still people who didn't have who didn't register for orientation because of having not enough space in each session. But just keep in mind that the earlier your orientation session, the earlier you register for classes. And it helps to do it as soon as possible, but it's okay if you're not able to. It doesn't really affect you too much. I'm sure most people will be able to get their classes eventually, within second pass registration. So international students and transfer students have a later orientation. So basically that means they'll register later when they're first coming to UCR, but afterwards it'll be based on how many units you have, and then the more units you have, the earlier you register typically. There is a family orientation and a Spanish family orientation so that they can understand what their students going to UCR are going to experience during this time, and they'll be able to interact with UCR staff and admin, and as well as students, just to get a feel for everything. So about HESA, HESA is the Highlander Early Start Academy. It's basically a 7-week intensive program for incoming first-year students, and basically you get to take classes during summer. As far as I know, it seems like if you're placed into usually a class that's lower than university standards, but also keep in mind that this depends on your major. They suggest that you take the academy so that you kind of get prepared for college and be on track or at the university standards from what I'm seeing. But at the same time, for some people in certain majors, this isn't really necessary because they don't need a math class per se, a strictly math class. But again, it just depends on the individual. You do get a scholarship if you are in it, or you are eligible for one. Just keep in mind that ARC 35, which is intermediate algebra, is not included in this. So only if you place into English 4, Math 5, or Math 6A, then you're allowed to take HESA. And you're placed into it based on the AWPE and the MAE. So the MAE, basically the mathematics advisor exam, please do read all the information on the website. As far as I know, it covers mostly algebra and pre-calculus, but I believe there is some geometry according to some people that I've heard from. And also like there's a link here on how you can get out of taking this exam. And since it's online, I guess you're able to see your results instantly. So that's definitely a bonus. Oh, keep in mind that you do need to, it's highly advised that you take the MAE and the AWPE before you attend orientation. So here's just the chart of just the different math levels for different majors. It just depends. You can go ahead and pause it, take a look at it. It's also available on the website too. So for the analytical writing placement exam, you can get out of this through like AP, SAT, ACT, or IB exams, or even like transferable college credits. You just have to look through the website to go through everything. I would highly suggest that you go to the website and check out the sample exam topic and the student essay samples and scores so that you have an idea of what to expect for it. And definitely please read through the frequently asked questions because there are a lot of things that it does cover. So you will be registering during orientation. Just keep in mind, you will learn how to do everything. This is just like from my personal registration site. So you register for classes through here, and then you can look at like the other classes that are available as well. And you can definitely create a term plan, which is extremely helpful so that you can easily add all the classes that you need right away, given that there is space available in these classes. On the bottom here, this is what you see when you click on prepare for registration. So it'll tell you if you have any holds, and especially like the specific time slot that you have to register. So the first part right here, this is like the first round of registration, which is what they call first pass. And as for a second pass, it's ridiculous, but they decided to open it up at 3 a.m. Hoping to get it changed, don't really know, but yeah, just keep in mind that this is when second pass of registration comes up. So when second pass opens up, all the classes are made available to everyone, given that you do fulfill the requirements needed to take these classes. So yeah, like I said earlier, you will learn how to register during orientation. Your academic advisors will help you, and I believe the orientation leaders can also help you if you need it. You can look at sample classes here. So for example, the chest breadth requirements. Do look at your own college or major requirements for reference so that you know exactly what you need to take. And if you click on a class on the registration page, there's a lot of information. So you'll see this window pop up, and please read through everything. The main things are like the course details, description, who the instructor is, and like what time the class is, how many seats are available, and like the requirements of the classes, as well as like what requirements, as in like what breadth requirements it fulfills. Keep in mind later on about the final exam schedule. So you want to see, at least for me, like I'd like to see like when my finals are going to occur so that I know like what to expect during finals week, which is week 11 during the quarter. Ideally, you do not want two finals on the same day unless you like that. It's up to you really. So also keep in mind, I'm putting this in again, for you incoming first years, you might have your housing time slot during your orientation, so just keep that in mind. By now you've already submitted your housing application, but by the end of this month, you will be able to officially select your roommates on the housing contract, and then about 2 weeks later in early mid-July, you'll find out when your time slot is for housing. selection. Also keep in mind that when you're making a roommate group, it'll be like 2 or 3 people, including yourself, and whoever makes the group is the group leader, but that doesn't really matter because it's about who submits the housing application first, because that person will be the one who decides where you all live. And when it comes to your own individual time slot, you choose your own dining plan, and I would highly suggest you take the smallest plan. So for the incoming first years, that would mean choosing the 150 plan, because I would say they give you like more than enough meals, to be honest, but it really depends on you and like how much you're eating and how often you go out to eat too, or like order with friends or something. These next 2 slides are just my experience with orientation. It's different because I was there in person, and unfortunately you all won't be able to go in person. Feel free to read through it if you want. It really doesn't matter because it doesn't apply to you since it's online. So I mentioned this in my Instagram, but basically I have some suggestions for all of you. Please do check your ARM mail at least twice a day for any important updates whatsoever from orientation or housing, or like just from the university in general. If you can, please try to switch into the earliest orientation session so that you're able to register for classes as early as possible. Just try to de-stress over summer as much as possible so that when you actually start college, you'll be able to have a clearer mindset ideally, and just like be able to get back into it, unless you really want to be productive, so that like you stay productive and like continue that motivation. But again, it just depends on you. I would suggest during this time to like try to meet other UCR students, so like especially during your orientation session, over social media if you use social media. Try to get to know these other people, especially like older students that are in your college and specifically your major, so that you can like learn from these people and like get different suggestions from them as well. If you really want to be productive, I would say like this is like low production, but I think it's good to research your college and your major, different faculty members that are involved in like your classes. Definitely research the resources, offices, programs, and events that we have on campus. That way you'll know what you need to succeed and also to have fun here and be able to enjoy your undergraduate career here. Also read through these slides, please. If you haven't already, fill out the Google form that I will be attaching to the description of the YouTube video. If you have any questions, feel free to DM me at UCR Info on Instagram. And yeah, if you really want to, you can go ahead and study for like whatever major, or like whatever you like. Just do something fun, and hopefully it makes you happy more than anything. Yeah, that's about it. Thank you for watching. Stay tuned for more videos coming up. I will be sure to announce it on my Instagram as soon as possible. Thank you.